Okay, it's time. It's time to do a workshop tour. Yeah, the nitty and the gritty and, quite frankly, the shitty. Well, let's start with here. This is my outside workshop. I like bash bits of wood about and actually make a huge amount of flippin' mess. Usually, bits of shavings everywhere. Okay, it's been pouring down rain for some while now. Outside work ain't so easy as it once was. Bring on the summer. Oh, actually, I quite like the spring. You see, it's got a little bench here that I made out of logs that I did and some old deals for a top. It does the job, you know. There was a voice in it, but I stole that from my little 60-second YouTube Shorts video bench that's in my main workshop. Now, my plan is, though, okay, the plan, it's got a plan, you see, is to go out on a flipping motorbike and blitz the roads. No, that ain't the plan. No. Over here, we've got a barn, yeah. This barn over here, right, is this a barn? And there's nothing in it. It needs a floor, it's got a mezzanine in it and stuff. But I want to make this my studio workshop. Now, if you're wondering why am I so interested in doing YouTube and what have you, well, as a woodworker here in France, my work was predominantly architectural woodwork, like windows, doors, shutters, all that sort of stuff. Canopies, you name it, anything made out of wood, and some quite unusual stuff as well, real heavyweight doors, you know, like 50mm thick oak, real big jobbies. I make refectory tables, 4 metres long, whopping great things they were. Wait a flippin' bomb. You'll try lifting that flipping thing. Well, unfortunately, back in 2016, there was an event in the UK which damaged my my business here in France. Now, since that, I've been a little bit more busy with the old YouTube. And just the last few weeks, it's been going a bit ballistic. Since I've been doing a few more shorts and stuff. And one in particular went a little bit loopy, over 4 million views. I thought, wow, that's a bit nutty. Why me? Well, so the plan is to convert this into a studio workshop. But I ain't got the money. Not yet. So maybe one day. And also, I'd be interested in getting a sponsor, maybe, to supply the machines. That would be good. But don't worry. I will do things in a way that we look at all options, hand tools and stuff like that, alternative methods of doing stuff. I don't want to be one of these people just with their Powermatic equipment and what have you, and just showing them how fancy their workshop is with their carpeted floor and stuff. Yeah, stumpy numbers, that says, mate. It's a crazy idea, that is, mate, I'll tell you. I love you, but, oh, blimey. Anyway, that's another story. Let's go into my main workshop you often see me in. But I've also got 2 other spaces that I can utilise as well. And I was utilising when I was doing the old architectural woodwork. Yes, my car hasn't got a wheel on it. And the parts has come today. It's a half shaft. It broke. Yeah, I did a video because the nut came, not the nut came off the end of the half shaft, the actual bolt bit broke right off. Well, that's no video. And there's my GX 1400. It's out in the rain because I need the garage at the minute because I'm doing the car. The car I've actually put out of the garage as well. So that's a long story. Anyway, let's not get into that one. Right, I've got to make some changes in there, I'll tell you though, in my main workshop. And this is the workshop I generally heat and try and keep warm in. It's about 5 metres by about 10 metres in length. So, yeah, about 50 square metres. But also, I have another workshop. Now, this is the place I was... Oh, crikey, you think this place is messy at the moment? Let's say my bench. How am I supposed to work on that? Well, the other area that I tend to work in, not quite so much in the winter, but when I'm getting my old raw timber in, Wayne edge boards, generally speaking, because I haven't... Well, generally speaking, normally they go onto this bench here, right? And we sorted out... This is a very, very messy area. Put some sort of light in there. Oh, the light's gone. Oh, no, I need a new light. And I used my rail saw, which is here, which I made, which takes the Wayne edge off the board. It works really well, it does. A big old 10-inch Makita in there. It's a 10-inch? Oh, it's a big one anyway. The 230mm, I think it is. And then I'd process the wood, stack it up here on boards and process it in here. And then it'd end up in my main workshop where I can actually heat in the winter. I've got a little mezzanine up there which is store wood, but everything's such a mess at the moment, I'll tell you. Because I haven't been using the spaces properly, like I used to. Everything used to be so tidy. Of course, I'm such a mess. Then through here, which is actually our garage, All right, we'll get to the actual planning, what I want to do, because I've got to make some changes, because I need to get some more room in my warm shop, as in that one we need to come out of. Now, this is the garage, all right, so this has a well shut door there, and that's going to have a big old glass thingy in there later on, but anyway, when I can. It's all about money, isn't it? And I've got my dust extractors over there that plumbed into the main workshop. So eventually we might utilise some of this space into the workshop. Don't really want to though, I want to keep it as a garage if I can. But if I have to, I will. The problem is when you're doing videos, you see, is when you're moving from one topic to the next, especially when you're doing shorts. It's surprising. You use so much space doing shorts because you're doing so many different little things. And I need to get them up quickly. Yeah, because I've got other things I've got to do, you see. I don't earn anything hardly out of YouTube, so it's not exactly like, that's my job. You know, I have to earn some money somehow. So, but the plan in here, you see, because we've got some more stuff coming. I say it's a plan. This is kind of my first thoughts. Now, I used to do a thing called Whiteboard Wednesdays and stuff like that, yeah. But they didn't really work out because it's quite hard to get your lighting right with a whiteboard. It always looked like a whole grey colour. So I'm going to have to clear this area over here, I think, because I need some more space. Now, the idea is I need to be able to, or the plan is, I need to move my planer out of the way so I can actually put another area in here, another flat surface in there. And the reason for that is I've got some stuff coming. In fact, one of them has been delivered today, and I'll show you later. But I need it near where the computer's going to be. And also, I've got my computer, I've got all the bits and pieces to build a new computer now here for as well. So we do our live shows in here again. I'm going to struggle, on this computer, it's not powerful enough, you see. It was struggling on no bit of software. So, these two machines here, you see, my mortiser, it's a great thing this, I'll tell you. My mortiser and my pillar drill, because I don't generally need a lot of length around them. My wood doesn't need to be too long. Tell the missus. Anyway, that's what you do with it. Over here we go. So I'm thinking about removing all this lot and utilising this space here. So the two machines, I have to widen this top to make it work. I can't put it over my drawers because the drawers won't be able to get in them because it's going to overhang by about that much, you see. So, so I need to put another kick on this, another leaf. Maybe that's what I could use, like an old drop leaf table. I'll stick that on there. And I'll have another leaf on there or something to actually make it a little bit wider. Remove the dry whiteboard. Don't know what I'm going to do with that. So then that'll clear a bit of space over there. And then maybe these two bandsaws can be moved over there instead. So then I can move, or even the fret saw machine beside the fire. Doesn't sound like a bad idea. When you're sitting there getting cold knees. So, and then the planer, which is on wheels, can be moved. I normally bring machines out, you see, because the planer's on wheels. Both of these bandsaws are both on wheels, so I just pull them out, into the middle of the space whenever I need to. So in some ways, I don't know. I don't really know what I'll do now. I just thought of something. See, the bit about where they are is when you move into a space. If you do have a long piece of timber and you're just doing a bit of resaw and what have you, you've got your distance from one end to the other with the saw ready. It was 2/3 in really, but it'll be in the middle of the shop. So I don't know. I've come up with something. I think the first thing is move these two machines, which will then free up this cabinet which is underneath that machine, so I won't need that then. That cabinet actually fits snugly underneath here, where that roller bin is, so that can go somewhere else or get rid of it. I'd rather have the cabinet in there. This is a really terrible use of space. The plan was I was going to be putting the drawers in there. I just didn't get around to doing it. I've been stacking wood in there instead. The thing with these wall units, okay, I do need the storage. Like for instance, over here we use it for the battery drawers and what have you, yeah? So, and they need replacing. that one is actually really old. It's that motor. But you see the socket on the end there? I actually use that for the rise and fall. It actually rise and fall on the on my planer thicknesser. It works really well, I'll tell you. So Ben, I don't know. The thing is, you see, it's quite exciting in some ways, but I don't want to be used as some kind. I don't want to be prostituted by companies, because I am getting quite a few people ask me now. just start recently. Would you be interested in receiving some of our stuff? You know, tools and stuff. And in one case, is a 3D printer, quite a good one. The same with a laser printer, quite a good one. You have a wood cutting and wood engraving and laser engraving, and other stuff as well. And it's like, oh, you'll be careful, aren't you? I don't want to end up like that. Was it 731 Woodwork or something? What do they call themselves? I don't know that geezer. All he does is he kind of. I can't really watch his videos, to be fair, but every single video seems to be just trying to big up another tool. I don't want to do a big. I'm not interested now. I've told you before, I'm fed up with liars, and I don't want to just say, oh, this thing's great and that thing's great. Oh, that's wonderful, without necessarily having a bit of a play with it and see whether you do like it and whether or not some things are good and some things are bad, you know, and the nitty and gritty about it. I want to be honest about stuff, you know, like this stupid. Where is it now? Oh, it is. Like that thing, I did a video about that. Okay, that wasn't sponsored or anything. I just bought it. It was cheap, an aluminium, and I thought I'd give it a go. But it's a terrible design. But I might try and pimp it up a little bit so it's work usable, because as it is, it isn't really usable. It's a terrible thing. But it's like a lot of things you see. You can get sent a load of stuff, and they tell you everything's great. But when it comes down to it, it can be shit, can't it? And they're expecting you to be positive about something because they sent it to you. You know, I'm happy to be. Put it like this: if someone wants to send me something, they need to be confident about it. I think that's the thing, isn't it? If they're confident about confident about their product, well, then they shouldn't have any qualms whatsoever sending it to me, so I can actually give them my fair assessment. And I can't give a fair assessment within the few days of receiving it, can I? I need to use it. Now, like a lot of things, like for instance, the laser printer, I will use that quite regular, in fact. So I can utilise that in my videos, showing how to do other stuff. So that makes a lot of sense to me, and obviously then they get coverage, but also I get the use of it. Also, I hopefully teach people stuff as well. And that's really my prime concern. I want to be able to teach people stuff. You know, stuff that I've learned over the years. What have you done? 30 odd years now, a variety of different jobs in woodworking, different skills. All basically, rolling around the same thing. But it's I'd love to be able to. I love actually sharing it with people. I love sharing. I love teaching in my own correct little way. I love to share my knowledge, stuff that I've learned, and also sometimes I'm learning stuff from you as well. So that's pretty cool. When people leave in the comments, what have you, I do it this way, or you could do it that way. Oh, I hadn't thought of that. That's pretty good, because I do actually read the comments, but you probably already know. So that's the plan. Anyway, I think this is what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to move those two machines, because they're freestanding, they're on their own stands, so that clear that space over there. I haven't finished that wall over there yet either. I move them over there onto that wall, because it's not really, space is not getting utilised, because I'm not doing whiteboards anymore, because I've got if I did anything like that, I'd probably do it on my computer using OBS software and my drawing board that I got in the digital one. So I probably wouldn't use that, because it's not clear. It's really hard to see as well, to be honest. Glary and stuff, you see. Impossible to light. And then I can then decide how I'm going to rearrange the machines here where they're going to live. That's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to do that now. Anyway. Well, not now, because when this video is going up, it's probably going to be late. And then get really cold and icy in there. So maybe later. Anyway, tell me what you think. Have you got any ideas? So let's just do, I'll tell you, let's do a panoramic of the workshop. I'm standing in the middle, I am. It's very important, that board. Yeah, you need that. Round we go. Okay, and a cement mixer. You never know when you need the cement mixer, but it's getting wet. It's not very good, is it? And over there's my table saw. Okay, I might do a video about that table saw, because it's a good saw in many ways, and always a shit. Anyway, this is my point, you see. If people send me stuff, I want to say how it is. Yeah, not how they want me to say it is. There you go. Otherwise, don't send it to me, I'm not interested. So, okay, that's my very old thicknesser, and what a brilliant machine. That's a 12-inch thicknesser. The only thing is, it's a two-bladed machine, but the actual speed of the cut is actually pretty good, so it balances out. So I'm really pleased with that machine. I've had it for years. And then we've got this one here. That's a 10-inch plain thicknesser, and it's a typical Chinese copy. So anyway, there we go. Panoramic. And there's my cabinet with my tools. I do have a lot more flipping tools, which I might share you another time, but I've collected them over years, but it's just like all in boxes and stuff. I can't have them all out, can I? You know, only ones I use. It's a bit silly otherwise, in a bit of tool tart, a bit of tool tart. Yeah. Anyway, so there you go, there's my sign. There's my clamp wall. They're the clamps that I use on a more regular basis. A variety of different clamps, F clamps, sash clamps, wooden bar clamps, what have you. I-beam bar, T-bars. And then my wood burner over there. So there we go. My DeWalt radial arm sword there. And I have my vac system, which is actually in the barn next door. Goes to this wordy thing, cyclonic. Goes to the cyclonic. And I've got these booms. Yeah? I really recommend building some booms. They're boomy, they are. And the reason for that is I like things coming from above, apart from the rain. Yeah. Squeaky there. I might need wax and that way I can reduce the amount of stuff trailing across the flipping floor, because I will trip over if it's there. I've also got a boom up there. Show you some airline and a socket to get above the bench that can swing as well. Oh look, it's like a fairground ride. Alright, there you go. I've got two dust filters which do clear the air quite quickly. That one there and that one up there. That one's the old microclean one. I find it a lot better. If you want what's wrapped around it, to help with the filter that's inside it, I just wrapped it in a cooker hood filter. And that way I can attack it with a vacuum every so often. That works really well. And then I don't have to take the main filter out so often, which is pretty dusty in its own right. So you are. You're trying to stop breathing the stuff in, and yet you have to clean the filters out. So anyway, that's another story. And same with this one up here. I could probably do the same with that actually, the old Axminster one. That integrate that one actually works quite well. And over here, thought I'd lift anything heavy onto my very, very untidy bench, as you can see. I have got a chain hoist attached to quite a large beam that happens to be above my ceiling. My ceiling is all insulated. It's got about 8 or 12 inches. I have a lot of insulation on top of the ceiling, plus the boards are insulation boards as well. So, like for instance, I used that hoist there, that chain winch, to lift when I was renovating, after I left it there, get a bit rusty, got a damp bit there, the mortiser over there, so I could lift it, because it's flipping heavy that thing is, to lift it on the bench. So anyway, you tell me what you reckon. What can I do in this workshop to improve it, apart from knocking it down and starting again? That might come to that. But it'll be very exciting to actually be able to do the new barn conversion in the future. But that'll be when, when means allow, because I'm a pauper, me. That I am. Toodaloo. Don't forget, big little like button. Forgot about it. And maybe subscribe to the channel. Yeah, and little bell icon, because then you've got more buzz in your pocket every time I upload another video. And there you go. Toodaloo.